Alpine's Hemp Company. Gummies, seltzers, syrups, and more. Treat yourself to the best.
Good evening and welcome into the Thursday, May 14th edition of the WHKY News. I'm Rob Eastwood. Thank you for joining us tonight. Topping our news, the state has found violations at a Catawba County Animal Shelter. Arianna Mack has the story.
State animal welfare officials say an investigation into the death of a dog transferred from the Catawba County Animal Services Shelter found multiple violations of state regulations. The investigation began after a dog named Laney died one day after being transferred from the shelter to a rescue organization. According to documents, the state animal welfare section received a complaint April 8th alleging the shelter failed to provide adequate veterinary care before the dog's death. Investigators found shelter staff noticed a mass on Laney was growing larger on January 5th, but timely veterinary treatment was not provided. Records show the shelter veterinarian recommended additional care as the dog's condition worsened, but investigators say those recommendations were not followed. Instead, the report says the shelter waited more than 2 weeks for a rescue organization to take Laney and provide the recommended treatment rather than treating or euthanizing the dog. The investigation also found the shelter failed to maintain documentation showing the rescue group received full written disclosure about Laney's medical condition before the transfer. Officials said that issue was connected to a personnel problem that has since been corrected. State investigators also noted problems with record keeping during the investigation, saying the shelter struggled to provide requested documents. As a result, the Animal Welfare Section issued a warning letter ordering the shelter to immediately correct the violations and improve compliance with state regulations. Officials warned that future violations could lead to penalties, including fines up to $5,000 per violation and possible action against the shelter's registration. Reporting for WHKY, I'm Arianna Mack.
Thanks, Arianna. A prison guard in Alexander County is facing charges after authorities say he falsely claimed to be a law enforcement officer during a dispute on Ridgecrest Drive. According to Taylorsville Police, earlier this week, officers responded to a reported civil dispute where a caller said James Davis had blocked their vehicle and refused to let them leave. When officers arrived, they made contact with Davis after several minutes. Authorities say he was immediately hostile and repeatedly claimed he was a state officer and could not be ordered around by police. Officers also noted they were familiar with a similar incident involving Davis last year. Investigators later determined Davis worked as a prison guard at the Alexander County State Prison and was falsely representing himself as a law enforcement officer. A warrant was then obtained charging him with impersonating a law enforcement officer. On Tuesday, officers attempted to serve the warrant, but authorities say Davis refused to come to the door. Officers then forced entry into the residence, and Davis allegedly resisted arrest before being taken into custody. North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson has joined a bipartisan coalition of 25 attorneys general calling on major credit card companies and payment processors to crack down on illegal online vape sales, especially sales to minors. The coalition sent letters to companies including American Express, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and Stripe, urging them to strengthen safeguards that prevent children from purchasing vaping products online. Federal law requires all e-cigarette products to be approved by the FDA before being sold legally. Officials say only 45 products currently have authorization, meaning most vaping products on the market are considered illegal under federal law. In today's crime report, residents of Granite Falls and Newton were charged in a drug bust at a Statesville motel. In local sports, Jason Savage lets us know where the Hickory Crawdads will play their games next week. In Community Focus, Arianna Mack sits down for a conversation with the mayor of Claremont. They discuss an upcoming event in that municipality. We are on over-the-air TV every weekday at 5:30 and 10 p.m. on channel 14.2 and now live at 5:30 on the WHKY YouTube channel and 10 o'clock on our Facebook page. We're also in multiple cable systems including Compass in Morganton. I'm Rob Eastwood and this is the WHKY News.